Hi guys, welcome to this video. What I want to show you guys today is these things. These are the bulkheads that GW made about 2 decades ago to go with their original Necromunda and Gorkamorka. I've managed to get my hands on some, and it actually is the underpinning of the entire of the project that I showed you last week. Before I start on with anything else, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who said that they care. I know I said that in a rather offhand way. I was just trying to get past it, to be honest. I didn't mean to suggest that nobody cared, but thank you very much for all the people who came out and said that they're thinking of me. That's it's very touching and really appreciated. So let's have a look at these because they're brilliant. Right, so this is what I'm going to talk about today. Get my mouse out of the way. This here is the humble bulkhead. This was created by GW in times gone past, and I still think it's one of the best terrain things that they've ever managed to make in their time. And it's got some simple features. I'll just go through them now. You've got these little slits here across the top and down the side, and that's for things to be put into. I don't know if you can see that there. There's a little dimple here, here and here, and what that does is it allows you to put put card and other flat things in there, and it grips onto them and allows you to make some solid structures. Now there's different designs, as you can see here. There's some that have got doors in them, some that are more solid for line of sight blocking. They've all got different features like ladders. Another great thing as well is you don't need to worry about adding ladders to your terrain, because as long as you can get one side of this is on the outside of a building, they can just climb straight up these ladders. It adds functionality to the table as well. Now, as you can see at the bottom here, there's 2 little tabs, and at the top there's a place for those tabs to go. And this basically is how it fits together, and this is where the magic comes. I call this GW's Lego. 1, it's a lot of fun to play with, and 2, there's a lot of flexibility in its ability to just do that. You can go as tall as you want, you can put 4 together, or you can go as small as you want, and it all gets stronger the more of this stuff you add together. So this here is a platform that I created. Now the original had card that went into these slots, and it looked very flat. It looked a bit similar to what you can see there. It looked a bit flat on the sides, and the colouring on it as well was very basic. So what I've tried to do is try and make these a lot more grungy, a lot more rusted, and a lot more in line with what people think of the Underhive now. And if I just show you how this goes together, this is 1mm styrene, so they must have used 1 or 1.5mm card on the original design, and it just sort of slots in, if I'm lucky. There we go. As you can see, that's now attached there, nice and solid. There's a little bit of wobble to it, but the more of this stuff you stick together, the more firm it gets. So there we go. That's a simple structure with one platform on it. If I get another one of these floors, I can slide it in like that. That bit on that side, that bit on that side, and there we go. It's a much more solid structure. There's a bit of wobble to it, but it's not going to break. I mean, you can properly be rough with this stuff and it's not going to go anywhere. And that's essentially how it works. In terms of painting these things, I've actually done it all with the salt technique, and it's pretty much all spray paint on the whole thing, which has made painting it quite easy, and it's made it painting it easy for my colour blindness. Though it does take a bit of time, because doing the salt weathering, which I also added a little bit of masking tape to, it took quite a bit of time. If you consider how much of the stuff I've actually done, which is behind me, I'll show you when we go back to do the camera. There's different designs I've gone for. This is another one of the classic designs I've gone for on my table. Now, a while back I made these platforms here, and I made them with a square piece of styrene that goes around the bottom of them. I haven't got any of those to hand, but essentially they stacked on top of each other, and these were solid pieces of styrene. And when I decided to go with the project of doing the bulkheads, I realised that I could just chop the styrene off the bottom, cut a hole in the centre, and then use it with the bulkheads as they are now. You can see this one here is a little bit more detailed than the other ones I was showing you. I went to town a lot more on these with the detailing. Now, got the normal styrene detailing for all the panel work that I've done. I've added some little bits of chopped up styrene there. You can see that there's a little walkway in the middle there, so you can put miniatures across the bottom. It's nice and easy to get your hands to things, because they've only got this small walkway to be on. If I just quickly pop this together, you can see there, if your miniature's placed there, you can get to it really easily. There's no sort of places where the miniature can get that your hands can't reach it, which is quite cool. And this one's slightly bigger. I've cut big holes in things and put some girders in the gaps. Some places have got pipes. You can see there on the bottom, it's really ugly. There's not much going on there. You can just see the braces that I've added for keeping these side bits nice and sturdy. And that's another benefit of using styrene rather than the cardboard, is that I can chuck this stuff around. As you can see now, I can just bash this stuff together, and because it's varnished as well, which is what's giving the rust that little bit of a shine, it just doesn't break. Sorry about deafening you if that's not coming through the camera well. I just wanted to show how rough you can be with this stuff, and it's just not going to break on you. That's another thing that I wanted when I made this train. I wanted to be able to shove it all in a box or a bag, take it somewhere, set it all up, and use it, because that's another awesome feature of these, is that essentially you can break it down into small elements like this, so just a 2x2, and they take up that much space. That's it. I mean, that is really easy to transport, and you add those together with 2 platforms and you get this big building here, which yeah, it's fantastic. I absolutely love this stuff. I couldn't be happier with how it's all turned out. Yep, so this is basically the rest of it here. Again, if you haven't seen last week's video, go and watch that now. That's got the whole table on it in a little bit more detail. I'm going to be going through the different platforms that I've got. I've got lots of different shapes and sizes. I've got some gantries that I've done. There's all sorts of different additions I've done as well, which fit onto the whole setup. I've tried to make it modular and everything fit together. So there's going to be more and more videos coming out with that sort of thing. Right, thank you very much for watching. Again, thank you very much for everybody who left comments last week. It was really heartwarming, and yeah, really very much appreciated. Keep it with me in between videos over here. If you have been doing that, you'll have seen all this in pictures already, but I'm hoping to cover most of that in video, as I say. Right, stay well guys, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.